You are listening to the Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
The Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Live only on Pinax TV.
Scott Bolshevik, a US financial analyst. Ghana handsome de odimu akotene pa ekeka nsem e de kire nipa esefata se okana sem e de kire no kan sem bebre de fa the past NPP government the me say the National Cathedral you say okan ho asem sem bebre about the past president or then abedi akire Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia Enti Scott Bolshevik and an saying I'll post on a Twitter handle. So I say a book bia ababa wa your friend Naomi Klein atre so a book ya chepa the shock doctrine Naomi Klein atre or patcher say Bolshevik or patcher say what can sa book na obehu how wicked the past government was, especially on the banking cleanup exercise or more undertaking, Now, I can send bebre from the Twitter handle. Said the OC a trade found. If you're a Ghanaian and you read this book, you will truly understand how wicked and despotic Akuffo has been, and why it's urgent to stop Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for becoming a president. Tiokoso said the so-called banking cleanup now was something that they just created in order to be able to loot Ghana abaino. And Okansen Bebre about the rise of disaster capitalism. Say assemnu niho, but they will find a way to create. And I say, okay, naturally the thing happened. And I say policies be programs be abaino or an existing institution. Now it be a disaster, be a befalling or more, they've run into debt, and I say they've had shortfalls in production. Now enuntino, we have to find ways and bring them back on track. Finding ways to bring them back on track, no. Ohun say kwan bia nkofukua omopese omon finding ways and bring that kind of institution back in track, no. Omofaso just to loot. And he said your kind ne post him no. Also, the so-called banking cleanup was a shock doctrine tactic used not to fix the system, but to loot it. Over 25 billion Ghana cedis of public funds was spent to collapse banks that needed 9 billion Ghana cedis to survive. It's way and Sama a Scott Bolshevik also talking about Naomi Klein in the book watre at the atoda that say okanya obehu how wicked the past government or the past president on abedi was. Mr. Collins from UK or ahomane so no ebedin komo via Zoom. Na the also efa Scott Bolshevik na asema waka about banking cleanup the past government in here who say it was just a tactics they used that cleanup to loot money. Mr. Collins, you want kwaba?
Me Joseph and I want to say.
You ho ye pa, you did say so ho ye.
So papa oboni din otigana hono ma na say or ye Ghanani.
Or ye US financial analyst. Now ono de okan sempa e de fa me fa ne say MPP ho. And sisi ade ode aba no or kire say banking cleanup was just a coin biswa. They wanted to loot the public purse because banks that needed 9 billion to survive, you sue over 25 billion and a collapse. And Ohune said it wasn't a good deal, it wasn't a good thing for the government to do. And you can say Twaba and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia man be president.
Yeah, ono na adwe na ochire. Ote America ena yenso yeti Ghana. Wo But my main case mentro. Ebruchi ha no mo kra no. Banks na o han kra endorse. But it came to a time man so many banks in Ghana because womo the whole gateway. The reason why America say womo the whole gateway ni say one say obi abetumi asori every bank in Ghana now or want money, but it is wopɛ sɛ wobue bank na woyɛ a business ɛna Bank of Ghana ɛna control asɛm a meka ntie ne yie o Bank of Ghana no ɛna ɛhwɛ banks a yɛbɛbue wɔ Ghana bia no wɔn na ɛyɛ sɛn wɔn na ɛhwɛ so nti sɛ wonyɛ obi CEO bi a ɔbɛda saa Bank of Ghana na ɛyi so wɔ ho ne sɛ n'adwene wɔ fam a people will take advantage on that to abuse the country Argentina make us wobɛbue wo bank a there are certain amount a ɛsɛ wo deposit ɛwɔ Bank of Ghana
yes Bank of Ghana
because any ɛwɔ Bank of Ghana ɛnti sɛ biribi ne sɛ bank ne collapse a ɔho because of deposit na woyɛ ɔho no nti Bank of Ghana bɛtumi ayusu sɛ sika no ɛde atua ama your customers but what they were doing is say wɔn bɛ deposit sika na wɔho na wɔn nye license na wɔn afɛ akyire withdraw the sika from the Bank of Ghana.
Okay. Na saa no ọmọ de ọmọ sika bẹ abẹto hɔ no ọmọ withdraw sika ne saa na saa no that means ọmọ de ọmọ sika bẹ abẹto hɔ no ẹnu mmom na ọmọ de bẹ start around the bank no.
Yes nti sɛ ɛba ne sɛ sɛ sika na wɔn sika na wɔn de kɔ di deposit na ya mo on license to operate as a bank no wɔn afa kuti kwan so withdraw that deposit from the Bank of Ghana. Nti sɛ nken sɛ biribi to o bank ne sa ɛba sɛ o short sika wɔ ho o customers ne be lose up because wɔn ba na ɔbɛdraw sika ɔbɛka sɛ sika ni coffers because why you can't get Bank of Ghana to support you to operate.
Okay.
Wotie me?
Metie pa.
Nti MPP for buy no me MPP ne me join any political party but me a little knowledge me must study we buchi na me cultural nti abane buy no ho no who say this is what has happening in the Bank of Ghana nti say ye for kwan bi so na ye straight enyoma bi na sa de way and continue anya sa Ghana for na wo mo yetimamufo no wo mo ho ba kire won what you say Inti, I say, oh yeah, strong a consultation say, or new mobile casa. No matter solution to solve that problem. But no movie said the damage is already been done. And see, those banks were forced to close down. What I say, but on no or America, besides say, American or to know how many banks are owned by individuals. So what I say. How many banks in the whole US are owned by individuals? Into what America, no will be to Africa, no Obuni Maya, who now will decide that man what to do to survive for his country to survive.
Okay. And he said they all can. I mean, he stated the fact that said they are buying no fast or more years our reforms na banking cleanup no. Na no famra kwan so yes in as much as said the banks have faulted with their deposits on the core Bank of Ghana you who say omafe check or withdraw and all that no who say for the government to use this amount of money to do the cleanup no it was some form of a political financial haste and NPP for a year no now oba and osama who said because of Wayne we shouldn't vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and then the president, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, former president, before the 2024 elections, December by who say, and there may be a CC, you know, yentimi in fact, the brain arm for no emane enye. But Scott, Kase, on any boss, and she say the banking cleanup exercise no a form of say area oman no enti no emaye nkoso ento aba emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who say ne kwan so obeka ne say because of the banking cleanup exercise na course enti ema Ghana form to aba emma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
when I say sebi ono o America on Ghana ho ena o kan sa asem ni wie no wama any guarantee answer say na say ka government no ye dey okwanya eseka offer suni. Ono na adwene no wabekire. Owie no, he didn't give any solution to the problem. But he's talking on his own or can you ono pe. So what I say, enka wabe pointing mistake no ho. Nanka wo dia watchro say wo ye ni say ya enka say na be. Enti wa ontimi ama any explanation for the solution. But me no as ordinary Ghanaians no ho. Me na me hu ni say aban no edu me bi no onye a listen president.
Okay.
So what I say, that's the problem. A mama womulusu abano because we are sitting president. Na utimemu fono suse womu chiro. Udi so many amanyoma nomemu ayedin. So what I say, instead of as a president to overcome back to their age to help them to solve that problem, ububundu isi because we say we last 4 years, ubebsanga baby. And no one say yeka, but banking system there is no. Because na omo beye no eboa Ghana fo bi ma omo ye nka but this time mama for the omo say go omo ti because omo sika akoye den akoshim. So what I say, the problem ma mo lose abano enye the banking sector no, but a year aban no what we say during the COVID no. Now every week be oba radio, public radio, ebe encourage Ghanaians, ebe two omofo, ema amafo by that into it. And he said, who say no ma enkoye, na amafo e complaining about what's going on now. As a listening president, you come out and explain the situation to the people. Say, this is what's happening. They say ne person ye, na edi ahutoye me ye de. Ediba. But why need all these things, so and affect your party. And the papa ne Canada, me, I don't buy it.
Okay, until the papa no Canada, Mr. Collins say he doesn't buy it. Until Yebeshe going forward, how Dr. Baumia will channel his moves into even being elected as the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party. Na watwa so the abe pre omampenyi akonya no. Aha Pinax TV nti yebeko so na yedi Mr. Scott Bolshevich nensem echi na de ode beto from bia enso be mama so ate. Yeda masi bebre.
You are listening to the Pinax Report.
Pinax Report. Pinax Report.
The Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Pinax Report.
Live only on Pinax TV.